This is the Jose Soto Show. You're listening to Jose Soto. I want to say it's great to be back. Yes, a lot of things have happened since the last time we've been able to talk. But good news, I am now back on. And I have my website, my own personal blog, up and running. TheRealJoseSoto.blogspot.com. That will soon be a .com by the end of the month, I'm pretty sure. And you can go ahead and visit my site, and the link is provided with this video. Now, I decided that we're not going to do Blog Talk Radio, whatever we used to do in the past. We're just going to stick to YouTube for various reasons, and one of them is that I don't have any time to really start getting a crew together and have equipment here. I mean, I am going to get more equipment to do a show, but I just don't have the time to get a show started like that as I used to. But I'm still going to be here talking, and I'm going to try to do this every day. So just be on the lookout. Subscribe to this YouTube channel and also to our site, The Real Jose Soto. And also, I'm working on another site, thegaryport.net, and that's a very good site. I'm working on that with a couple of other guys, editors and journalists who just want to give you the straight news for the gay community. And it's the best aggregator gay website. I think it's the only one that we have in our community. And I really think that people should visit the site to get your news. We cover everything. We cover everything. And today, I decided to do this on a Sunday because I have a lot to think about regarding what happened in Aurora, Colorado. And for those of you who don't know, there was a mass shooting at a movie theater where the premiere of Batman was being screened. And it was a midnight showing, and a crazed up nut job went in, all armored up, dyed his hair red, and shot some canisters of tear gas into the movie theater, and obviously started shooting using high caliber automatic assault weapons, and killed 12 people, injuring about 70 or so others. It's a great tragedy. And yet, even this tragedy, we have the audacity, some of us have the audacity to spread and to inject our political views on certain issues on this tragedy. For instance, there are gay people out there, believe it or not. I do believe it, obviously. There are a lot of gay people out there who are anti-gun, they're anti-Second Amendment. And they're using this opportunity because this is an opportunity for them. They're opportunistic. They don't care about the lives that have been lost. They don't care about the people. Same thing goes with the other side. I just got a news article, and I think we posted it up on the Gary Report, of Brian Fisher, that crazy nut job, that wackadoodle yokel who thinks that the Nazi movement was started by gays. You get that? I don't get that. But he does. And now he's saying, because Chick-fil-A is offering free lunches. I don't know what they did, but Chick-fil-A was out there giving out free chicken sandwiches to people who lost their loved ones. I mean, yeah, a chicken sandwich is going to really make things up for you. All the trauma that you've been through, right? Great job, Chick-fil-A. That really helps a lot of people. Free chicken sandwiches will definitely help people to cope with their loss. And of course, Brian Fisher saying, well, will the gays attack that? I mean, I don't know. He's injecting his own political views on this, like other people. And you have the right wing saying, oh, yes, there are liberal churches, gay churches, and this is why this tragedy happened, because God let down his guard, and because of these gay accepting churches, God let this happen. And the Westboro Baptist Church, the gay God Hates Fags Church, is going to picket the funeral, the vigil tonight. And I just say, you know, what's the difference? What's the big deal? Because the Westboro Baptist Church is just saying what all of these crazy quacks are saying. These crazy right-wingers are saying. That God let down his guard, and because we have become an immoral society, that's their logic, that we brought this on ourselves. This is our fault. Not the gunman's fault, not whoever was behind him, if there was anybody else involved in this. But it's everybody's fault. It's especially the gay people's fault. I mean, that's what they were saying. So, if God Hates Fags goes to picket your vigil tonight, don't say, oh, this is horrible. This is what the American right-wing fascist reactionaries have created. Let me just say that. So, don't be surprised. Now, on the other side, you have the left wing, the leftists, the liberals, all riled up about banning guns and all this. And let me tell you something. I have heard stories, I read stories about gay people being assaulted. And if you really care about gay people, you should care about their safety. And gay people have been assaulted throughout our history, in America specifically. I'm talking about America. But in recent times, a lot of gay people have been getting smart about things, and they buy guns and ammo and all that to defend themselves, their partners, and their property. And that's, to me, completely logical, moral, and legal. And for other gay people to take away that defense mechanism, and sure, things are not perfect. I'm not saying that guns are, God sent to humans to defend ourselves. I'm sure there are other ways that we can defend ourselves against aggression. Maybe in the near future we'll develop new technologies that would help us with self-defense. But in the meantime, we have guns. And in the meantime, we have a constitution that we gay activists usually try to cite all the time when we talk about gay marriage and gay rights. It's the Constitution, man. It's the 14th Amendment. Well, what about the Second Amendment? Second Amendment is actually number 2 in the Bill of Rights. What does that tell you? It's really an important amendment that the people should remain armed to protect themselves. I'm just saying that. Now, I'm not really taking a huge political side on this, but let me just tell you that I've owned guns too. I mean, I own quite a bit of guns, and I never shot anybody. I have never killed anybody. I never used my gun to try to intimidate anybody. Although I had once in the past a crazy wackadoodle. I mean, this guy was out of his fucking mind. He was bothering me at school. He followed me to my car when I was in college, and he was yelling all these obscenities and all these things and telling me I'm going to hell, and that he wanted to assault me. But I think he was on crack or something. I don't know what the hell he was on, but he was on something. And this was back in California. And I took out my gun that I had in my car, and I just said, hey, you better leave or you're not gonna like what's gonna happen. And boy, did that guy, he just ran like hell. And I think his pants almost fell down while he was running. I'm just saying that guns are not at all that bad, and it's usually the people behind the guns that are the responsible ones. And if I say this, and I know some of you might not like what I say, that's fine. We can disagree to agree or whatever. Agree to disagree. Blah, blah, blah. But at the same time, you have to say to yourselves that if you really appreciate the Constitution, you will defend the Second Amendment, whether you like it or not. I mean, there are many so-called conservatives out there who are saying, look, I don't like the 14th Amendment. I don't like it. I don't like equality. I think it's a bad thing. But they still defend it. And some of them say that that's why they support gay marriage. Now, I just think that if you really appreciate the Constitution, then you say, Jose, people have a right to bear arms. That's what the Second Amendment says. Other people have different interpretations, but that's the current interpretation, and we should respect the law. Now, in Colorado, they had very strict gun laws. Very strict gun laws. And somehow this guy was able to get a semi-automatic weapon. I mean, how did that happen? According to reports, Aurora, Colorado was actually one of those towns that banned almost every other gun except for handguns and certain rifles. It had very strict gun laws. And still, this tragedy happened. I'm just saying that there's certain laws that you cannot, laws cannot deter everything. And there's certain laws that we need, and there's certain laws that we don't need. Just saying. Now, I want to talk about the incident, and I have some interesting facts that I want to point out. And I pointed out these facts on my own blog, on the Rio Jose Soto blog, about certain weird, kind of creepy facts and things and events surrounding this whole incident and the whole Batman movie franchise. Now, when we get back from this short break, I will divulge all these facts for you and go into detail to some of those facts and events that surround this weird, out of the blue event, this tragedy that killed so many people. So after this short break, I'll be right back. This is the Jose Soto Show. You're listening to Intellectual Nudity. Alright. And we're back. Now, I'm going to go ahead and point out some few weird and creepy facts about this tragedy that happened in Aurora, Colorado, surrounding the whole Batman story, all the movies, the franchise that is Batman. And some of these facts I posted on my blog, so you can go ahead and visit my blog, and there will be a post right there on this issue. Now, here are some of the points that we should go over. We're going to go over them one by one. The gunman, some people report that he was dressed up as the Joker. Actually, no. There were other witnesses who saw him dressed up, all suited up, like Bane, the nemesis of Batman in this new movie. Now, Bane, if you remember correctly, if you're a Batman fanatic, Bane is this creature, half human. I don't know what he is, but he's a human. He's like a wrestler or something. I don't really remember the story of Bane. unlike the other enemies of Batman. But Bane has this ability to grow when he presses this button that he has, and I don't know what it is. I think it's either hormones like testosterone or some liquid that gets pumped into his head, in the back of his head, and then he gets pumped up and he gets into a rage and he's able to knock down buildings and all this, whatever that was. Now that was in the comics and in the cartoons. That's what I can remember. But it's kind of strange that Bane, who in this movie is wearing kind of a mask or something, like a gas mask, is a person that within a couple of seconds he can pretty much flip and become a whole different animal. Like this gunman that went into the theater. Something to think about. Another point is, the gunman supposedly busted through the exit-only doors. Now, the exit-only doors of this theater, and I've seen them all, because I've been to a lot of movie theaters in the past. I don't go to the movie theaters anymore because I'm just not comfortable there anymore. It's too expensive for what it's worth. I mean, the candy and the popcorn and all that, I mean, it's just ridiculously overpriced for what it's worth. And I seen these doors, these exit doors, on the side of these mega plexes, these mega theaters. And it's only an exit door, and they can only be opened from the inside. And also, these doors are very strong, right? And when they open outwards, not inwards. So how can this Bane / Joker, whatever he is, be able to knock down a door that can only be opened outwards? That's pretty strange to me. But now, there's a witness that has come out and stated that somebody let the gunman in through the exit doors. And now that's an interesting thing. I have that article of the witness on the blog as well, so you can check it out yourself. Now, here's another interesting point. The gunman only lived within a mile from the theater, or somewhere around there, but he was really close to the movie theater, walking distance away, and that's another thing that sort of brought my attention. And what I would love to know is how long has this guy lived there? Right? And the gunman, we were told beforehand that he supposedly purchased the firearms at a gun shop, but it turns out that he actually got them through mail order. Now, why did we change the story? That's another interesting point. Again, I told you before, the gun laws in Aurora are very strict. There's a very strict gun ban. People don't know that, but it's true. The other interesting point is that the theater where this took place is very close to Columbine High School. Remember Columbine? I don't know how many people died in that mass shooting, but there were a lot of weird circumstances surrounding that high school. Like, half of the students didn't show up that day. Most of the students were children of cops and SWAT team. I mean, something was totally really weird and creepy about that day. And let me just give you my own personal thought, is that these last couple of days, the week before this event, I was feeling really weird. I was feeling like something bad was going to happen, but I couldn't really pinpoint it. I even told my partner that something is going to happen. Something is going to happen. Something is going to happen. Either a crazy whack job with a bunch of guns and ammo is going to go up to either like the San Diego Pride or one of these gay prides, and he's going to shoot up the place. Because when I was involved in gay pride and where I lived, and other gay prides around the state of California, we receive a lot of death threats, by the way. People that were going to show up and shoot us up with guns and whatever. And a couple of occasions that actually were true. We called the cops, and the cops were able to investigate and find out who the guy is, and they were able to catch them. And these people had, they had enough ammo and guns to kill a couple hundred people at the gay parade. Now, I'm not trying to fear you into not going to gay parade. I'm just saying that for some reason there is a increase of people, of these crazy loners, these isolated individuals that are pumped up with meds because the guy who was caught, who was trying to shoot up the gay pride parade, he was doped up on SSRIs and Prozac. You just have to wonder what's going on with these guys. Is there something behind this? Or someone behind this? I'm just asking. No need to get offensive. No need to be vulgar. I'm just asking here. Alright? Now, I'm going to get into another point that's very interesting, but we're going to go to another break while I put my thoughts together. But this other point I want to make is really interesting. I just want you to listen to this, but we'll be right back. So stay tuned. We're going to take a little break, and I'm going to get into that other point. Very interesting what's going on with this shit, man. Very interesting. Alright. Now, I want to get to this other point. When this whole event started to unfold itself in the media, you had this, how can I put this? This NYPD police commissioner weighing in on this, who happens to be the friend of the police chief in Aurora. Now, I'm pretty sure that the police chief has many other friends who are commissioners, chiefs, lieutenants, captains of other police departments. Why did all of a sudden, right away, the NYPD commissioner came out and weighed in on this? Oh yes, it looked like it was the Joker, and he came in and shoot up the place. But don't worry, we're gonna protect you from the Joker. I'm the commissioner. Well, let's look at this here. New York City is basically the inspiration of Gotham City. Obviously, if you don't know that, then you don't know Batman, and I think you should start to do a little bit of research on this. Yes, Gotham City is based on New York City. And in the Batman stories, you have the police commissioner, who is supposedly the friend of Batman, and he gives Batman clues, and sometimes he has to arrest Batman in some of these stories. But the police commissioner of Gotham City is a real character in the story. And now you have, in real life, the New York City police commissioner, New York City, which is the backdrop for Gotham City. You have the NYPD commissioner saying, "Oh yes, this was the Joker. Oh yes, the Joker. He came out and he started shooting people. And don't worry, I, the police commissioner, will protect you from the Joker." It's like, oh God, it was like a cartoon or something. It was like living inside a comic book strip. It was like these people actually were caricatures. It was so Mickey Mouse. It was so cartoon-like. Why did the NYPD commissioner have to weigh in on anything? This happened 1,000 miles away. Just makes you think, doesn't it? Why do these people think they're actually in a movie in a Batman movie. I'm the commissioner. Yes, it was the Joker. The Joker's after you. Don't worry. We're gonna stop the Joker. Because he said that there were gonna be copycats, right? Copycats. But that was totally strange and weird, if you ask me. And that also coincides with my other point, that the gunman thinks that he's in a movie. So you have the gunman who's telling the cops he's in the movie, and you have the police commissioner of the New York Police Department also acting like he's in a movie. I'm gonna get the Joker! God. What is this world coming to? Jesus Christ! Now here's a very interesting point that's been reported already, but I just want to really touch on this. The gunman was a neuroscience student. He was working on his PhD, and he worked in a department for his university that was funded by the Department of Defense. And they worked on projects on the human brain and all that stuff. Now that's really interesting, because if you go back a few movies ago, the Batman movies, you go to Batman Forever. I think Batman Forever is going to be the key to understand this event. And I'm going to go into that in a moment, but it's going to start out right now. The Riddler, who was the nemesis in that movie, and also Two-Face. And that's also a very interesting character. Two-Face, you have... Well, I'm not getting into that, but I want to get into the Riddler. And how, in that movie, the Riddler was a scientist who worked for the Wayne Corporation, for Bruce Wayne, Batman. And the Riddler was then washed up, unemployed, I think was fired. But he invented a machine, a gadget that was able to project things into your mind, and was able to read your mind and read your thoughts and your inner thoughts and your subconscious. I mean, it was a weird aspect of the plot of the movie. And the Riddler was into neuroscience, right? I mean, that's the biggest riddle, is to understand the human brain. I mean, scientists haven't been able to understand the human brain at all, only parts of it. Okay? So, to me, he's not Bane. He's not the Joker. I want to call him the Riddler. The Riddler from Batman Forever, the Riddler and all the comics. Now, I will get into more of this as we go along. Now, there were many infamous shootings that took place in or involved the theater. Let's look at a few of those. John Wilkes Booth. He murdered Abraham Lincoln in a theater, if you recall that. Famous assassination of the president. And another president was also assassinated, JFK, by a person named Lee Harvey Oswald, and we all know that. There's various theories as to what happened. And that also was a very, very strange and weird event. Very creepy. I mean, there's certain facts and circumstances surrounding this assassination of JFK. Obviously, I'm not going to get into that right now, but just want to let you know that when JFK was assassinated by Lee Harvey Oswald, he was found in a movie theater. Just want to let you know. And also in the Batman story, you have Bruce Wayne, his parents being killed in front of him after exiting a movie theater. Another creepy, strange fact surrounding Batman and this tragedy in Colorado. The shooting imitates a scene in a 1986 Batman comic book, and that was also very strange. And in that comic book, which the Batman comic book, you had a gunman that opened fire at people in a porno movie theater. It was a porno movie theater, but that's also something that really caught my eye. There were other tragedies that plagued the Batman movie series, like Heath Ledger, remember him? He played one of the cowboys in Brokeback Mountain, and also he played the Joker in Batman, in the Batman movie Dark Knight. And he died during the editing. He was basically taking all these meds, and he just, it blew up in his mind and caused a lot of problems. And he started drinking while taking these meds, and that really blew up his heart. You have Morgan Freeman, who was involved in the car accident, and a set technician who died on the set during the movie. Now that's interesting. Now, another point I want to deviate a little bit from the movies, from the Batman story, is if you go to the Denver airport in Colorado, where this tragedy took place, there's a mural in the Denver airport and that depicts this Bane type character with the gas mask, just like what this gunman was wearing. He was wearing black and something, but he represented Bane, supposedly. But he says he's the Joker. I think he's the Riddler. But in this mural, there is a Bane type character wearing a gas mask, and basically he just mowing down people and women and children. This is a mural, by the way, and there's a rainbow behind him too. I don't know what that means, but if you look it up on Google Images, you'll find it there. It's also on my blog. But it's a very strange mural that is in Colorado with a Bane type character massacring little kids with his big machete, and also carrying like an AK-47 or something like that. Now, I'm gonna get into some music here, and these are the soundtrack songs of Batman Forever. Batman Forever is a very interesting movie. If you really want to understand what happened and understand the whole Batman series, you're going to have to look at Batman Forever, because the title itself says it. It's forever. Batman is not going to die. That means this movie is not going to die. I mean, that's how I take it. You are free to make up your own minds. I'm not here to brainwash anybody, to tell anybody how to think or what to think about this. So, make up your own mind on this. Now, I'm going to play one of these songs for you, and this is from the Batman Forever movie. One of them is called Hold Me, Thrill Me, Kiss Me, Kill Me. You heard that right. Yep, that's the main theme of the Batman Forever movie. And it goes like this. And let me just play that for you here. Kiss me, kill me. Kind of creepy, isn't it? Okay, that was kind of creepy, wasn't it? I mean, that's the lyrics of the main theme song, Batman Forever. Hold me, thrill me, kiss me, kill me. Wow. Anyway, we're gonna go ahead and take another short break. I need to put my thoughts together again. But I'll be back and I'm gonna play you the other song. And we're gonna dive into this tragedy and look at these creepy, weird, but real facts surrounding Batman and this Colorado tragedy. We'll be right back. Alright. Now we're back, and I want to discuss this issue regarding the Colorado attacks, the Colorado shootings in the movie theater of the premiere of Batman The Dark Knight Rises. Now, the other issue or point that we were discussing was this soundtrack, this theme of the movie for Batman Forever, which was a few years ago. I think it was in the 90s. And I remember seeing this movie at the theater. And it's not until now that I start to figure out some of the interesting points and the metaphors in the movie. But that's up for you to decide and for you to look at. I'm not going to be a dictator here, but I'm going to point some few things out that I find interesting. And of course, in the previous segment, I talked about the lyrics of the song, of the main theme song of Batman Forever, which the lyrics consist of hold me, thrill me, kiss me, kill me, right? Kill me! Kill me! Okay, but yes, there it is. Hold me, and it's the title of the song. Hold me, thrill me, kiss me, and then kill me. Isn't that kind of interesting? And you might be asking, Jose, what does that mean? I don't know. Maybe I can take it this way. Hold me. I mean, the entire song is kind of like a love song, but it's kind of creepy. It's not. It doesn't sound like a love song. It sounds like an obsession. So if we were to look at the whole Batman franchise as an obsession, then the theme song is telling you that I'm gonna hold you, hold me. Right? We hold you down in the movie theater. We lock you up into this box, and we show you a movie at the end of the box at a wall or screen. Thrill me. That's what the movie does. It thrills you. Kiss me. Right? It gets into you, or into your brain, into your consciousness. And then kill me. Obviously, what does that mean? I'm gonna kill you. You're dead. Right? But that's kind of creepy, if you ask me. Now, here's the other song that I want to examine. And it's in the same soundtrack, Batman Forever. It's called Bad Days by the Flaming Lips. And it's the main theme song for the Riddler. Now, like I said before in the previous segment, I think that this gunman represents the Riddler. The Riddler was into neuroscience. He was a scientist, just like the real gunman. And he was in the movie, the Riddler was washed up. He was unemployed, just like the gunman. I mean, look at the parallels here. It's kind of creepy. But look at the main theme song here, and I'm gonna play it for you. This is the main theme song for the Riddler. It was played while the Riddler was becoming the Riddler and was at his apartment/office, if you recall that movie. So let me go ahead and play you that bit. I just want you to hear the lyrics. Very interesting lyrics. Ah, okay. In your dreams, you can blow your boss's head off. Why? And they go into that in the next bit of lyrics. In your dreams, show no mercy. Show no mercy. Now, you might be saying, Jose, you're looking into this too much. Look, I have studied psychology when I was in school, and my professor, mainstream psychologist, he's a psychiatrist now at a university medical center up in Orange County, And he told me straight out, Jose, there's a possibility that yes, you can control people subconsciously through music lyrics. He told me that, and that's when I started getting interested in this. So the lyrics go, in your dreams, right? You hate your boss at your job, but in your dreams you can blow his head off. In your dreams, show no mercy. Alright, then let me just go ahead and play some more of this. Now remember, I think to me, bad days means, just your average day. I mean, a lot of us have bad days, right? I mean, life is full of bad days. So to me, what they're talking about is subconsciously or unintentionally or intentionally maybe, the context, the subtext of all this is that bad days means life, your life. I mean, life is full of bad days. See, now here they're saying you have to sleep late when you can. You're gonna be, well, what does that mean, Jose? Well, stupid, it means, when did this tragedy occur? After midnight, where everybody's supposed to be asleep, but not everybody, right? You have to sleep late when you can, because you're going to go and see the Batman movie at the stroke at midnight, or at 1 in the morning, or at 2 o'clock in the morning. I mean, there were showings at 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning. You have to sleep late when you can. And that's interesting. And all your bad days will end. There you go. Remember, I just said bad days means life, because life is full of bad days. And all your bad days will end. You just have to sleep late when you can. That's right. Because your bad days will end once you're shot to death in the movie theater at 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning. Just think about this. That's all I'm saying. Just think about this. It's very, very interesting, but at the same time, very, very creepy. And, I mean, if you look at all these facts that I just laid out for you, you'll see maybe a correlation. I don't know. I'm just a person with an open mind here, okay? I'm not advocating a conspiracy theory. I'm not saying that, but I do know that you can control people subconsciously. And I had one of the top psychology professors that I had who now works as the head of, I don't know if he's the head, but he's in a leadership role up in UCI Medical Center in the psychiatry department. So I think that this has more to it than what we're being told. There's more to it than what we see on the surface. And I'm just saying, like I always say, your mind works better if you use it like a parachute. That means it works better if you open it. Okay? Just to let you know. And while other people are saying, oh, it's the gays, the liberal churches, God brought down his wrath on Colorado, or whatever other bullshit anybody else is saying, look, that is all just talking points. That is just little sayings and slogans that people use. Slogans and talking points, whether it's about guns or gays or liberal churches, talking points mean nothing to me. Right? They're just talking points. They're just regurgitated garbage that people can repeat like a bunch of brainless parrots. And it can happen on both sides, liberals, conservatives. That's why I'm not a fan of fanaticism or extremism of either side, of either persuasion. I'm not a fan of it. I'm not a fanatic. I'm a fan of knowledge, of learning things that are esoteric. That's what I like to do. And hopefully you will enjoy that with me, because I'm a person that keeps all options, all doors open. And that's why I can freely say that some theories are not true. Like, you can change your sexual orientation. Well, most of it is not true. 95% of it is not true. Some people can change because of certain brain chemistries, certain medications that they were taking before while they were gay. You know, that's a whole different story. But I just hate it when the media and political heads and talking heads and just stupid heads and stupid fucks running around in the media and blogs talking about the same talking points. Ban guns, ban the gays, ban liberal churches. We blame everybody and even ourselves. I mean, that's the new talking point. It's our fault. We let this happen. No, there's somebody or something behind this, systematically, I think, brainwashing us through these movies. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying this brainwashing. Like I said before, when I talked about the gay mafia and I talked about all these other things, that I'm going to sharpen up a little bit. I'm going to give you a few more points about those issues. But what I'm talking about here is there are systems in place behind the curtain that are meant to distract the American people, to brainwash us, and to make us just a bunch of dummies. I mean, that's what I think. But there is something or someone out there that is trying to provoke violence and is trying to provoke things to happen subconsciously. And when I went to school and I studied psychology, the professor there, who's very good, he's a psychiatrist, and now he's the head of the UCI Medical Center, he told me, hey, it is possible, Jose, to brainwash and to manipulate and to make somebody your slave. That's his exact words. Make somebody your slave by brainwashing them through subliminal messages. And messages that can be found hidden or placed in an esoteric way in certain movies. And Batman, I think, it fits in that appropriate category. I'm not saying that you shouldn't watch it. I'm just saying you should just be aware of it. That these things can happen, and this is what the outcome is. I'm blaming part of it is the movie, part of it is this lunatic, and part of it is whoever or whatever was behind him that provoked it directly. I mean, now we're being told that maybe he's on meds. Okay, who gave him the meds? And how much meds? And we're talking about Prozac, SSRIs, lorazepam, Xanax. I mean, what are we talking about here? There's something that, well, Xanax doesn't make you crazy, but the other ones do. SSRIs, reuptake inhibitors. I mean, these medications, if not monitored correctly, people can go nuts. And I've seen people go nuts on these meds. Believe it or not. Alright. We'll be right back with something else. This is the Jose Soto Show. I hope everybody is enjoying this. And we'll be right back with some more.